And how's it going, Chinook fans? Welcome to this beautiful Friday night up in Anchorage, Alaska. Tonight, your Chinooks are back on the road again to face the Anchorage Bucs. But before we get started with the baseball, I am Caleb Duarte, joined by, once again, my partner, Ryan Beck. Ryan, we're back in Anchorage on a 3-game losing streak. Let's finish that tonight. But other than that, how you feeling?
Pretty good. I mean, this is the first time the sun's actually just starting to peek through the clouds, which we haven't seen the sun in a couple of days over at Lee Jordan Field. And it's been just a little bit cloudy and dark, but it's nice to see the sun again, and hopefully that's what will help bring a win out for the Chinooks.
Well, we can always hope for that. On the mound tonight is Harrison Pyatt for the Bucs. Pyatt is from San Diego State University, the 6'5" right-hander. He comes into this with an 0-2 record with a 2.7 ERA, and to 10 innings pitched, has 8 strikeouts and has allowed 7 hits. Tonight, your Chinook lineup card looks like this. Leading off once more as the left fielder, Mike Caprice. In the 2 holes, Levi Gilcrease playing right. The DH, Justin Gomez batting third. In the cleanup spots, Aaron Shackelford and playing short. Brandon Mitchie batting 5th and playing 2nd. Luke Coffey batting 6th and on the hot corner tonight at 3rd base. Batting 7th is the first baseman, Hayden Mixon. And in the 8th hole, Adam Rojas, the catcher. And closing things off in the 9th hole, Jeremy Johnson, the center fielder. And we're going to start baseball here right now as Mike Caprice comes to the plate. Mike Caprice comes into this game off a good game last night, 2 for 3 against the Miners, and we'll look to get things started here. And Mike Caprice now up. And the first pitch from Pyatt is down low for ball 1. That one's inside, ball 2. Two-0 pitch coming up now to Prees from Harrison. That's inside, and Prees going to work with a 3-0 count now. Prees comes into this game with a .327 average and 55 plate appearances, 18 hits with 1 double, 5 RBIs, and crossed the plate 5 times, and has 3 walks. The 3-0 pitch from Pyatt. It's in there for strike one. As Priest thought that one might be on the top corner. 3-1 pitch coming from Pyatt. That's inside for ball 4. And the Chinooks going to have a leadoff base runner in. Start things off here.
This could be crucial for the Chinooks. It's been a little while since we've had a leadoff base runner in this sense, but it'll be cool to see what Levi can do here with him.
And Gilcrease now steps in with Priest on first. And that is in there for strike one. And Pyatt throws back over to Priest at first. The 0-1 pitch from Pyatt. And Priest is running. Swing and miss by Gilcrease. A throw down. And Priest is going to be caught stealing there. That's a great throw by the catcher tonight, Mason Fishback.
That's the second time Priest has been thrown out like that at second base. Including last night where Growth did send him at that point and just wasn't able to get him there.
Now Gilcrease. An 0-2 count coming up with no base runners and one out here. That's outside for ball 1. Gilcrease has been able to get on with laying down some bunts here early in this season. And a swing and a miss by Gilcrease. 2 down now for the Chinooks with Justin Gomez. And Justin Gomez has been seeing the ball very well of late. He comes into this game with a 273 average. Pyatt now looks into Gomez with 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first. And that one's in there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch now. Coming up to Gomez. And Gomez fouls that one for an 0-2 hold.
Gomez is just not afraid to take a big hack. It's always fun to watch him get out there and just swing the baseball bat a little bit.
So he is not afraid to just let one loose in the batter's box. And with an 0-2 pitch, he'll have to protect here. But he should get a pitch to hit sooner rather than later. The 0-2 pitch from Pyatt. And that one hangs high for ball 1. Aaron Shackelford, the Chinook shortstop, stands on deck, hoping to get his hacks here in the top half of the first. Pyatt looks into Fishback behind the dish. And the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Gomez going to call timeout from behind the plate. One-two pitch. That's inside to Gomez.
One of the things that's fun to watch about Justin is just how patient he is in the box. He waits for his pitch and he waits for something he knows he's going to get a hold of. And when he does, it's fun to watch.
And speaking of getting a hold of, Gomez got a hold of that one, but not enough. That's sent out to David Hensley in right field, and that's going to do it in the top half of the first. Your Chinooks get a runner on thanks to a walk, but go down nonetheless. When we come back, Daniel Sweeney on the mound as the Bucs come to the plate for the first time. Bottom of the first, coming up. And as we come back here in the bottom of the first after a scoreless top half of this inning for the Chinooks, Daniel Sweeney on the mound from East Tennessee State. Last pitch June 18th against the Oilers, pitched 4 1/3. Gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, struck out 3 in 18 batters faced, and he looks in to Dominic Calaccio, the Bucs third baseman, puts that one in there for strike number 1. Calaccio from Long Beach State University. The Dirtbags is their nickname. Not really sure why.
I don't know why you would ever want a school to be known as the Dirtbags.
As Calaccio fouls that one for an 0-2 hole now. Well, apparently it works, though, as they went pretty far in the NCAA Division I baseball tournament.
I mean, yeah, but it's not even that hard to make fun of them. You just call them the Dirtbags.
The making fun of is in the nickname. And Calaccio will have to find some strength here. An 0-2 pitch coming up from Sweeney in the dirt, blocked by Adam Rojas. Adam Rojas behind the dish tonight from Judson University. In the field tonight, we have Hayden Mixon at first base, Brandon Mitchie at second, Luke Coffey at the hot corner, third base, Aaron Shackelford to the short. And from left to right, we have Mike Caprice, Jeremy Johnson, and Levi Gilcrease. The 1-2 pitch from Sweeney. Down once more for ball 2. Sweeney, one of the more quieter guys on the team, but can really tear it up on the mound and heat it up out there. Two-two pitch. And that's tapped in front, and that's going to have to be fielded by Coffey. Coffey's going to have to hurry the throw to Mixon. And out is the call on first base after Calaccio tried to run that out. But was unsuccessful in that affair. Now Todd Lott, who's on a tear so far in this season, on a 4-game hitting streak, hitting .385 this season. And if you want to be surprised, no homers yet in 52 at-bats, but has 8 doubles and a triple and only 1 RBI.
So far, what we've seen is Lott's usually the one that gets on base and everyone drives him in.
And that is seen through his 13 runs that he's come across to score. And in the 2-hole, that's pretty much what you see. Typically, you don't have a lot of chances to bring people in, but once you get on base, your 3, 4, 5 guys typically bring you in. Sweeney now facing Lott with a 1-0 count and puts that one in there for strike 1. Sweeney looks into Lott from Louisiana Lafayette University. The 1-1 pitch in the air for strike 2. And Sweeney's ahead of the Buck left fielder. That's outside in the dirt.
Looks like it caught Rojas on the hand a little bit there, but he seems to be all right after that.
Rojas has been out a few days out of the squat, but he's back in there once again to catch Sweeney. And he'll catch Sweeney on this 2-2 pitch. And just down low, and this count's going to be full. Sweeney now looks into Lott. 3-2 pitch, 1 away. Sweeney winds and delivers. Outside, and that's going to put a Buck base runner on with 1 away. As Sweeney is now able to get Lott there. And now Pete Derkay, a left-handed hitting designated hitter, will step to the plate.
Now from Tennessee, your designated hitter.
Pete Derkay comes into this game with a .298 average. Went 3 for 4. The last time the Bucs were out, that was June 21st. Had a homer and an RBI. Came across the plate twice to score. And will now have an RBI opportunity if he can hit this ball in the gap or down the line somewhere. That one's out for ball 1. One 0 pitch from Sweeney. And Durkay is going to hit that in the right field, and that's going to be a base runner on. As Durkay was able to split the infielders out there on the right side and put that one in the right field. Runners on first and second now for Jake Veith. Again, Zaga, first baseman.
Now batting from Gonzaga, first baseman, number 33, Jake Veith.
Jake Veith, a native of Tacoma, Washington, comes into this game hitting .278 in 54 plate appearances, 3 doubles, a homer, and 13 RBIs. And he now comes on with Pete Durkay at first and Todd Lott at second. And only one away here in the bottom of the first. Outside for ball 1. One-zero pitch from Sweeney. And that one's hit out. And Mike Capri's in left, going to give chase, but that one ultimately is going to sail foul to the left field bleachers over there. 1-1 count now coming up to Jake Veith. David Hensley on deck, the Buck right fielder. Sweeney sets, looks into Rojas, and throws. And that one hung up, and Veith fouled that one. Make it a 1-2 count now. Sweeney with runners on first and second, bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch with 1 away. Outside for ball 2.
Sweeney at this point needs to, he's pretty good about it for now, but just in this instance, he needs to make sure it's prevalent. Just staying focused right here and working on the batter and just focusing on throwing strikes. And at this point, he does a pretty good job of it. It'll be good to see if he can do it right here.
2-2 pitch. Fouled off down the third base line. And Jake Veith at the plate seeming to be seeing Sweeney's pitches very well so far.
He has swung on quite a few of them.
That's now 3 foul balls for Veith at the plate. And it'll be interesting to see how Sweeney adjusts on the mound, knowing that Veith is right on top of it. 2-2 pitch. Runners on first and second, 1 away, bottom of the first. No runs for either team yet. And that one's down the dirt. And once again, Sweeney will pitch to a loaded count of 3-2. Let's see what Rojas calls from behind the plate. Facing a hard-hitting left-hander at the plate. And facing a 3-2 pitch. Sweeney looks over to Lott at second. And pitches. And just missed inside. That's going to load the bases. Rojas wanted that one bad. Not really sure where that one missed, but ultimately it did. By accordance of the umpire. And we're going to have bases loaded, 1 out for the San Diego State right fielder, David Hensley. Hensley has only been here in Alaska for 2 games. But in those 2 games, has been at the plate 9 times and has hit in 3 of those appearances, including 1 double. And he has prime RBI opportunity here with bases loaded and only 1 away in the bottom half of the first. That one's in there for strike 1. And Sweeney will definitely be looking for the ground ball here as we have the infield corners in, middle infielders at regular depth, and the 0-1 pitch. Down to the dirt. Good job by Rojas to keep that in front of him. As Todd Lott will not be afraid with his 6'4", 230 body to come charging in from third base.
He's definitely got the speed to do it.
Well, if anybody should know about speed, Ryan, it's you up here. As Ryan's been known to have some of that. And now Sweeney, 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. And Sweeney will have to be careful here, as one pass ball might put a run on the board for the Bucs. 2-1 pitch, one away, bottom of the first, base is loaded. Sweeney throws. Down low for ball 3. And Ryan, Sweeney's going to have to find the strike zone here.
Sweeney definitely needs to find the strike zone and essentially needs to get a desperately needed out here or a ground ball. But definitely not another ball. That would prove to be catastrophic.
3-1 pitch from Sweeney. And that one's out to Johnson in center. Johnson's going to be under that. Lott stands ready at third. Johnson makes the catch. And here comes Lott. But Johnson instead throws to third to prevent Derek Kay from getting from second to third. And the Bucs are on the board here. 1-0 as David Hensley has a sacrifice fly, proven to be successful. And Ryan, we've talked a lot, or at least I have when we've been at home by myself in the booth, the importance of the Chinooks not falling behind, and now they have. And it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back in the top half of the second. But right now, Cole Kletch from College of the Canyons, playing center field tonight, steps up with 2 outs and runners on first and second, and 1 run already across for the Bucs here. And Kletch to Mitchie at second. Mitchie flips to Shackelford at second base, and that's going to do it. 3 outs now through 1. The Bucs score 1 on 1 hit, thanks to a successful sacrifice fly by David Hensley. We're going to take a short break here, but when we come back, your Chinook's going to be at the plate in the top half of the second.
University, shortstop number 27, Michael Fuchs.
Michael Fuchs now stepping to the plate. As Daniel Sweeney on the mound. And that one's in there, strike one. The 0-1 pitch from Sweeney. And that's it to Coffey at third. Coffey across the diamond to Mixon, and a little bit of a high throw, but Mixon able to apply the tag there. And that's going to be one out now in the top of the bottom of the second.
Now batting from New Mexico State, catcher number 6.
Mason Fishback up now, playing catcher tonight for the Bucs. And that one's in there, strike one. And that one's out. So even up the count 1-1. One pitch. That one's fouled to the Buck dugout, making a 1-2 count out. Sweeney looks into Fishback at the plate. Bottom of the second, one out, 1-0 lead for the Bucs. That one's popped up and going to be called by Mixon at first, and Mixon catches that one. 2 away now here. As Cody Sporer stepping to the plate now for the Bucs. Cody Sporer from UC Riverside, as he hits that over to Coffey at third. Coffey fields that one and sends it once again. An errant throw by Mixon, able to catch it and apply the tag, and that's it. Through 2, 1-0 lead for the Bucs. When we come back, the Chinooks are going to be up to the plate once more. Top of the third now. Adam Rojas to the plate. Rojas fouls that one off for strike one. And while we have this break, beautiful night here in Anchorage.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer than it has been. The sun is peeking through the clouds over there to the right off the first base side, and it's definitely nice to see the sun again, as it's been cloudy and rainy the past couple days.
As Rojas, a big swing and a miss and an 0-2 hole facing him. Well, actually, my host family, we're up on top of Mount Baldy down in Chugiak. And when we drive, Levi Gilcrease, that is, we're basically in a rain cloud when we come down from our mountain. So it's an interesting drive. As a swing and a miss by Rojas, and he is down on strikes. Jeremy Johnson, the 9-hole hitter, stepping to the plate now. Johnson from Auburn University. Pyatt on the mound, looks in with one away, top of the third. Outside for ball one. Do want to apologize for our can't even talk right now. Technology problems, or as I should say, technical difficulties, as our sound has been going in and out, but it should be good for the rest of the game. As Johnson hits that in the left, and that ball is going to be caught out there by Todd Lott in left field, and that's going to be 2 away now for the Chinooks with the leadoff hitter Mike Capri stepping to the plate.
Now batting from point, Logan has reached left fielder number 24, Mike Capri.
Mike Capri, locked in his first plate appearance tonight, takes that one outside for ball one. And that one's down low for ball two, and Freeze once again will be in the driver's seat here. 2-0 pitch from Pyatt. That one's in there for strike one.
Freeze is also a little bit like Gomez in the sense that he's definitely patient, waits for his pitch. Hasn't swung yet of the 3 he's seen.
2-1 pitch, and Freeze fouls that off to even up it out. 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Pyatt. And Freeze swings and misses for strike 3, and that's going to do it. As the Chinooks go down in order, 1, 2, 3. When we come back, the Bucs are going to be up to the plate in the bottom of the third. 1-0 lead for the Bucs as we're done through 2.5. Dominic Calaccio now up for the Bucs as we head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 lead so far for the Bucs on just one hit. Sweeney has been finding his pitches here, but has given up a few walks and sack fly to give the Bucs a 1-0 lead. As that one's down low for ball one. Top of the order now for the Bucs. One-zero pitch from Sweeney. That's fouled to the backstop by Calaccio. 1-1 pitch now for the East Tennessee State right-hander.
As you were saying earlier, Sweeney is one of the quieter guys in the team, but I think once you get to know him, he's pretty fun to talk to.
And he is a funny guy, too, as he puts that one in there for strike 2. Living with Brandon and Mitchie, whenever I'm in the car with those two, they are a sight to see in terms of how they get along and interact with each other. Just two funny guys. And Daniel Sweeney, one of the more relaxed guys, too, and the 1-2 pitch from him. That one's roped to Coffey, a good grab and spear there by the third baseman. Took a hit away from the Bucs third baseman. And a great grab over there by Luke Coffey, a third. Todd Lott now up to the plate, got on due to a walk in his last at-bat. Now, he is one of the best hitters, average-wise, in the Alaska Baseball League, but so far against the Chinooks, our pitchers have been able to shut him down. And a swing and a miss. And he fouls that one off, as Todd Lott there.
Looks like it probably got him off the foot a little bit. So they're giving him a minute to recover here. Seems to be okay. He's walking all right.
And during that, the umpire out to talk to Sweeney. Talking about the ball once more. But now Sweeney faces Lott with an 0-1 count. Sweeney looks in, one away, bottom of the third. The 0-1 pitch. And a big swing and a miss by Lott. And a good pitch there by Sweeney to get ahead in 0-2. Sweeney, the 0-2 pitch. Off the foot once more.
That's the second time in 1 AB. That's definitely going to leave a little bit of a mark. I mean, it looked like it got him in the pad he's wearing on his front foot there, as being a right-hander, it'd be his left foot. Angled in a little bit, but, you know, it could have missed.
Yeah, Sweeney misses down for ball 1. Well, Luke Coffey, in yesterday's game, fouled himself off the foot. He looks to be in pain there, but it looks like Todd Lott's been able to shake it up here. And faces Sweeney on a 1-2 pitch. Sweeney throws. Down in the dirt once more. 2-2 count now to the Louisiana Lafayette outfielder, Todd Lott, at the plate. One out, bottom of the third. 1-0 lead for the Bucs. 2-2 pitch coming from Sweeney. And a nice curveball, and that one's hit out in the gap to Todd Lott, but not going to go far, as Lott's going to have to settle for a single. And Shackelford at short. Thought about it for a moment, but was not able to get up there. And that one's over the shortstop and into the gap. And Todd Lott has a 1-out single. Pete Durkay now stepping to the plate with 1 away and a runner on first now in the bottom half of the third.
This is the second time Lott's got on. And at least most cases where he's gotten on, the Bucs hitters have been able to bring him around.
And that's what you're saying, Ryan. His RBI total is not that high, but his run total is. And he has 14 now. As that's hit to Mitchie at second. Mitchie flips the Shackelford to short. And Mitchie. And they're going to call a double play anyway as Todd Lott's called for interference on Shackelford. And we'll take it as we're through 3 on a double play call. And we're going to hold on for a minute as the umpires just explain the situation to the Bucs manager. As the Bucs head coach having a word with the umpire. And a rather intimidating posture the Bucs head coach took.
Bucs head coach is not a small human being either. He's actually rather intimidating to talk to sometimes.
And with the 4-inch white beard, that doesn't help either. But no matter what, the umpires stick to their guns. And through 3, the Bucs hold a 1-0 lead. When we come back, your Chinooks are up to the plate. Top of the fourth here, as the Bucs hold a 1-0 lead. Harrison Pyatt back on the mound to face Levi Gilcrease, the two-hitter, tonight for the Chinooks. Pyatt the pitch, and a swing and a miss by Gilcrease to put in the 0-1 hole now.
Levi in the past has made some good connections with the ball, just unfortunately been right at the defenders, and they've been able to turn them into outs. Really looking forward to seeing Levi connect with a good ball and find some open grass.
As he's been talking about it. Open turf, yeah, up here in Anchorage. One of the few teams where the outfield doesn't seem to cause our outfielders problems. 1-1 pitch from Pyatt. And Gilcrease to the shortstop, Fooch. Fooch makes that play. And across the diamond to Veith, and that's one out here in the top of the fourth. Justin Gomez now out for the Chinooks. As he comes to the plate with one away in the top half of the fourth. Pyatt looks into him. And throws. And Gomez fouls out to the backstop to make it an 0-1 count early. A 1 pitch from Pyatt to Gomez. Outside and low for ball 1. Aaron Shackelford, the shortstop, on deck, as he's hoping he can hit with a base runner on.
Always make things a little bit more interesting to hit with a base runner on.
Well, that's for sure. And Shackelford is usually able to be depended on to bring those runners home. 1-1 pitch, down low for ball 2. Two-one pitch from Pyatt. As Gomez rips that in the right field, and that's going to be a 1-out single for the Chinook DH, Justin Gomez. And Ryan, things are going to get interesting here. Shackelford's going to hit with the base runner on.
Absolutely. And, you know, Gomez has often led things off where runners have scored in the past, and hopefully this is not any exception to that. Shackelford's able to do something with it.
Shackelford hitting from the left side, facing the right-hander Pyatt. Runner on first, top half of the fourth, a 1-0 lead for the Bucs here. Gomez takes his lead off first, and the pitch to Shackelford as he takes that one low for ball 1. And this is the part of the order where most of the damage is done for the Chinooks. Really through the 6th spot. Has put most of the work on the shoulders of the Chinooks as Pyatt throws back to Gomez at first. Don't really think you have to worry about Gomez stealing here. But we'll never know with John Gross' aggressiveness. Do not count that one out. And that one's inside. Shackelford 2-0 is the count. Shackelford is definitely one of those guys. You don't want to have to hang a fastball or breaking ball over in the plate as he'll just unload on one.
Yeah, if you definitely leave it up, Shaq will make you pay for it.
And Pyatt is going to have to do something different as he now faces Shackelford with a 3-0 count and a runner on first. Pyatt looks in, 3-0 pitch. And that's in there for a high strike 1. Shackelford has a hitter's count now, 3-1. Gomez takes his lead off first. 3-1 pitch with 1 away. And Gomez belts that out to right field, and has a chance. That ball is gone in right field. And the Chinooks take a 2-1 lead as Shackelford just unloaded on that one. And the Chinooks have a 2-1 lead. And Ryan, you can just tell Shackelford's been waiting to do that all season long.
It has been a long while that Shackelford, as you said, he had the curveball up and in and just unleashed everything he had on that ball, and it was gone from the minute it left his bat.
Brandon Mitchie now stepping to the plate after a 2-run bomb from Shackelford. And Mitchie swinging a miss. We have an 0-1 count facing Pyatt. With one away here in the top half of the fourth. Pyatt looks into Mitchie, 0-1 count. That's in for ball one. And going back to that Shackelford homer, just from the moment it left his bat, you could just tell it was going and not looking back. That was bombed into right field. And now you have Mitchie out with a 1-1 count. And Mitchie a half swing. The appeal to the third base umpire, no go. Says the umpire at third base. 2-1 count now to the second baseman for the Chinooks. Pyatt sets and throws. And that one's out to right field. And that one got under that a little bit was Mitchie, as that was caught by the outfielder, David Hensley. Luke Coffey now up to the plate with a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Two outs, top of the fourth, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. As Coffey takes that one in for a first pitch strike. A 1 pitch from the right-hander on the mound. That's a ball one. The appeal to the first base umpire this time. He also agrees. 1-1 pitch now coming up to the Westmont third baseman. That's in there. Strike two. One-two pitch coming to Coffey. That one down low to even have the count 2-2. Hayden Mixon stands on deck with 2 outs here. And Luke Coffey standing at the plate for your Chinooks. And that one just hangs high for ball 3. Pyatt not agreeing with that call on the mound. But he'll have to throw here with a full count. And 2 away in the top half of the fourth. Three-two pitch. And a swing and a miss by Coffey. And that's going to do it in the top half of the fourth. The Chinooks hit it bye-bye, baby, as Aaron Shackelford has a 2-run homer to give the Chinooks a 2-1 lead. We're through 3.5. When we come back, the bottom of the fourth, the Bucs are up to the plate. Bottom of the fourth, as the Bucs are up to hit with the 2-1 deficit now, thanks to an Aaron Shackelford 2-run belt to right field. Daniel Sweeney once again on the mound. As Jake Veith, the hitter, fouls that one away for strike one. A 1 pitch from Sweeney. And he drops that one in there for strike 2. Sweeney now with the lead. Should be a lot more comfortable there on the mound. 0-2 pitch to Veith. That one down low and away from Rogers at the plate. 1-2 count now facing the Buck first baseman at the plate. Sweeney gets the call from Rogers behind the plate. 1-2 pitch. Just off the corner. To even up the count 2-2. Sweeney winds and throws. And Veith sends that high up in the air. And Aaron Shackelford out there in short. And no, he's going to be called off by the left fielder, Micah Prees. As Prees makes the catch out there. Now in the bottom half of the fourth. 8 o'clock now in beautiful Anchorage, Alaska. We have a slight wind to the left side here. Outside of that, nothing major going on in terms of weather. No sprinklers to be aware of now. 54 degrees, though. For strike 1. Now, Ryan, is it just me or does that sprinkler game seem years ago?
It does seem like a long time ago, but when you realize it was only like 2 weeks.
It's only June 23rd. And we still have tons of baseball left to play as Sweeney, a beautiful breaking ball. And then for strike 2. Well, Ryan, you've been up here for 18 years of your life. Do they get faster each summer or do they get slower?
I would definitely say they get a little bit faster.
I would guess. Summer. Well, your brother Jackson Beck is coming up here in a week or two, correct?
Week or two, yes. He should be here by the 30th.
By the 30th, and that means I get a full-time partner. So I'm counting down the day to that.
Make your life a little easier.
When you try to talk for 2.5 to 3 hours by yourself, luckily I have Tyler Weekly coming in to help me sometimes in the booth. As Sweeney rings up David Hensley, and that's 2 outs now. As Hensley did not think that was a strike, but the umpire, who has the all power out there, rung him up there for 2 outs now at the bottom of the fourth. Called to the Canyon center fielder now, Cole Kletch. Up for the Bucs here. Chinooks up 2-1. Bottom of the fourth, Aaron Shackelford with a 2-run homer in the top half of the inning. And the pitch. Down for ball 1. Some light warming up going down in the Bucs bullpen, but no throwing yet. And nothing going on for the Chinook side of things. Sweeney looks in, 1-0 pitch. That's inside. Almost hit Kletch there, but avoided him. 2-0 count. Facing the Bucs center fielder. 2-0 count. And the pitch. That's low, ball 3, and Sweeney going to have to find the strike zone here. Michael Fuchs stands on deck. And with a 3-0 count, Kletch at the plate will look to do what Shackelford did in the top half of this inning. Sweeney gets the call from his catcher, Adam Rogers, and delivers. In there for strike 1. Hitters count now, facing Kletch, 3-1. Infield at regular depth. The corner's playing back somewhat. 3-1 pitch. And that one's hit to Coffey at third. Coffey fields that one across the throw to Mixon, and that's going to do it. As Sweeney has a 1-2-3 inning. We're through 4. Your Chinooks lead 2-1. Won't be back, but when we come back, the Chinooks up to the plate in the top half of the 5th. Top of the 5th here. Hayden mixing up to face Harrison Pyatt on the mound. And that one's in there for ball 1. Mixon playing first base tonight for your Chinooks. And on the plate now. As Mixon fouls that one off to even up the count. 1-1.
Mixon just hoping to lead things off for the inning, just set the tone right here. Hopefully just keep adding on to that 2-1 lead.
And Pyatt puts that one in there for strike 2. Well, with the way Sweeney's pitching, you would think any lead's good, but like Ryan, you were saying, these Chinook hitters, with the way the bullpen's been a little shaky the last few games. I'd love to add some more runs before you have to hand it off. It's Mixon. Strikes out, swinging there for 1 out. Top half of the 5th. Adam Rogers, who homered here in the very first game we played on June 6th in the exhibition matchup, but ever since then has not been able to find a stroke. And so he'll look to start finding his swing here soon. As he faces Harrison Pyatt on the mound. That's outside for ball 1. 1 away, top of the 5th. Top of the 5th, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. And now we have somebody throwing in the Bucs bullpen. And we'll keep an eye on that to see how much of a leash Pyatt has on the mound and the swing and miss by Rogers as he fouls that one. Make it a 1-1 count. Pyatt, the 1-1 pitch. And they're going to say Rogers went there. And Rogers down 1-2 in the count now. Pyatt looks in, 1-2 pitch. And Rogers swings on a high pitch there. And 2 outs now. Jeremy Johnson now comes to the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pyatt, the throw. That one's down for ball 1. One-0 pitch to Johnson, the center fielder. And misses for ball 2. Johnson, after being moved to the 9-hole, has been doing good work down there. Hasn't been able to find it tonight, but in the past games has done well there to hand things off to the top of the order before. 2-0 pitch to Johnson, and Johnson, right on cue, sends that to left field for a 2-out single. And now Johnson does what he does best, gets on base to hand it to the top of the order. And let's see if Mike Capri's and company can bring Johnson home. Mike Capri steps to the plate with 2 outs, top of the 5th. Johnson on first, a 2-1 lead for the Bucs here. Excuse me, for the Chinooks. And I'm giving credit to the other team. They do not deserve. Freeze takes that one outside, ball 1. Johnson would not be surprised to see a steal here. 1-0 pitch. Throws back over to Johnson at first. And I think Pyatt has the same idea I do. With John Groth, he knows with 2 outs, worst case, Johnson gets thrown out. We have the top of the order when we come back in the bottom of the 6th. And Johnson's running. Pitch back. Up. Johnson slides in and safe at second. And Mike Capri is going to have a chance to bring him home as Johnson stands on second. And Capri has a 2-0 count. And Ryan, this is prime opportunity here for Mike Capri.
Mike Capri, he doesn't have to worry about hitting a ground ball into a force-out position. He just got to worry about putting the ball in play here, whether it's a defender.
And we'll see if Preece can do that. 2-0 pitch from Pyatt. And Preece sends that one foul down the first base line.
And it looked like Coach Towns down there in the first base box tried to field that ball, but just missed it.
Oh, well, that's why he was a pitcher back in his day. And I'm gonna hopefully none of the pitchers here they're gonna show me their ground ball talent tomorrow on our off day. 2-1 pitch coming from Pyatt. Prees has done a good job being able to hit one out straight away to center. Let's see if he can do that, as Johnson should be able to score on any hit. That one's down for a 3-1 pitch. And now Prees should get a pitch to hit here, so I'm sure he gets the full green light from John Groth. The head coach standing at third base. Johnson takes the lead off second. 3-1 pitch coming to Prees. He's been seeing the ball well of late. 3-1 pitch from Pyatt on the mound. That's going to be ball 4. And Micah Prees gets on, and now Levi Gilcrease, who has hit the ball hard of late, but has now been able to find open green out there, comes to the plate with runners on first and second and 2 outs in the top half of the 5th. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. And after that walk, Mason Fishback, the catcher, going to have some words with his right-hander on the mound to get the game plan going.
And Gilcrease definitely has a huge opportunity to do some damage with the speedy Johnson on second base. And knowing Prees has got great foot speed as well, could easily get to second or third base if he was able to put it somewhere in the gap.
And now, the Bucs head coach can actually come to the mound. And with a pitcher getting warm, we'll see if this is a full-on pitching change. And it looks like this is just going to be a meeting on the mound.
Potentially try and throw the momentum off is probably the main tactic here.
Now Ken Hookup will walk back to the Bucs dugout. And Pyatt will face Levi Gilcrease, the Baylor Bear, at the plate with Jeremy Johnson on second. Micah Prees at first, a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. And with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, Gilcrease at the plate will look to put some runs on the board. And if he can drive this into the gap or down the line, Johnson can easily score, and Prees, good speed at first, can also score with the right hit. And Gilcrease, aggressive on the first pitch, fouls that one away.
Gilcrease most definitely has the green light from Coach Groth to swing away here. Try and do something special with that baseball.
0-1 pitch, and that one misses inside for a ball 1, even if the count 1-1. On deck is Justin Gomez, and after him in the hole is Aaron Shackelford. But right now, Levi Gilcrease has the spotlight on him. 1-1 pitch with runners on first and second, 2 away. That one's down low for ball 2. Pyatt looks into Gilcrease, 2-1 pitch. That's outside, and once again, the Chinook hitters are going to have hitters count here, 3-1, and Gilcrease will look to put this ball in the outfield somewhere deep. Johnson on second, Prees at first, 2 outs, 3-1 pitch, 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. Levi Gilcrease at the plate, and the pitch. And a big swing and a miss by Gilcrease will put this count full for 3-2. Gilcrease steps out of the batter's box, takes a big sigh and relief here. 3-2 pitch, critical point of this game. 3-2 pitch, runners on first and second, 2 outs. The pitch to Gilcrease. And Gilcrease fouls that one to the backstop. To the right of us here. And if I had a glove and no window, I would have made a play on that one.
I would have paid to have seen that.
5th grade all-star team. Nobody believes me, but I have the medal to prove it. And the talent. I have a 5th grader to prove it. I think that's the more important thing in this situation. 3-2 pitch coming up to Gilcrease once again. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. The pitch. And Gilcrease once again Almost identical to the last one, fouls that to the backstop. And a good sign if you're a Chinook fan, as it looks like Gilcrease seems to be on this pitch from Pyatt. But he'll have to straighten it out to have any chance of getting an RBI here. And I know from just talking to Gilcrease, he'll never have a bad attitude or a bad mindset, but he's been frustrated with his ability to put the ball in play. 3-2 pitch. And once again, Gilcrease has been fouling that one off. And you can tell from his face, he's wondering, well, what the heck, guys? I'm hitting this ball. Why is it going foul? Like I was saying, talking to him, you can tell he doesn't show it in the plate or on the field, but he's been dying as he's been hitting the ball hard and well. But it seems to always get caught or somewhere else other than in fair territory. 3-2 pitch to Gilcrease, 2 away, runners first and second, the pitch. And Gilcrease sends it out to center field, but that's going to be out to Cole Kletch, and Kletch makes the catch out there. And that's going to do it as Gilcrease flies out to center. And we head to the bottom of the fifth. The Chinooks up 2-1. We'll be back. Bottom of the fifth now, as Michael Fooch steps to the plate. Daniel Sweeney back on the mound for your Chinooks 2-1 lead as we come to the bottom of the fifth here. And Sweeney, through 4 innings pitched, has only allowed 1 run and 2 hits. So he's been pitching the ball well. That's a first pitch hit down to Shackelford, and Shackelford not able to control that one, and that's going to be an error on Shackelford to put Fooch on first base. And that's a rare sight to see. Shackelford is one of the more dependable guys out there on the field.
Now batting from Mexico State, catcher number 16.
Mexico State catcher now, Mason Fishback now, at the plate with a runner on and nobody out. That's in the air for strike 1 from Sweeney. And Shackelford, I doubt he has to worry about this, but we've seen it before in baseball. It only takes 1 mishap, and your confidence takes a huge dent. But Shackelford, not the type of mentality to let that happen. 0-1 pitch from Sweeney, runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth. That one outside, ball 1. Sweeney wanted that one outside, but now has to work the Fishback with a 1-1 count. Sweeney looking over to Fooch at first and gets ready to throw this 1-1 pitch. Fishback already has the bunt down, and Sweeney's going to step off. As now Luke Coffey will come in from third base and be ready to field his bunt. Sweeney looks in, 1-1 count. Fishback at the plate. Fooch at first. And Fishback lays down the bunt, and that one's not able to get on him, as it looked like he was hitting the wrist. And he'll be rewarded first base. And it looks like Rojas, the catcher, having some words with him now. And looks like this is going to be called. And now the Bucs head coach seems to be questioning. As it looked from first hand, it was fouled. Excuse me, it was hit by a pitch, but rather instead, it's going to be a foul ball.
Typically, he still had the bunt up.
That's what it looked like, yeah.
With that up, as he got hit by the pitch, it would technically be registered as a strike.
As a strike. And as we're going to have a 1-2 count. Ryan, thank you for clarifying there. As it looked like, well, Fooch was standing at second. Maybe Fishback will be rewarded first base, but nonetheless, Fooch back at first and 1-2 pitch. And Fishback swinging and missing and throws out to Mitchie, and Mitchie not able to control that. And that goes in the outfield. And Fooch is going to come to third. As Rojas came up throwing there after Fishback swung and missed. But he threw it out to Mitchie, and Mitchie was not able to get a glove on it. And now John Groth, the head coach of the Chinooks, is going to have a word here. The home plate umpire, maybe looking for interference on the part of Fishback.
I mean, the batter, Fishback, didn't quite get out of the box, and Rojas was forced to move around him, which technically is interference. And if that's the case, then the runner at second will be out or asked to return to his base. But, I mean, this is kind of the case here, but it looks like they're going to stick with whatever it is. And the unfortunate turn of events with a runner on third base.
You know, but I think I got to agree with the call. Stick with it. I mean, Fishback did swing and miss. And it's not like he purposely was in there. But now we'll have the infield in with a runner on third and 1 out. That's Cody Spohr, the 9-hole hitter, up to the plate. Swinging the pitch, and that one's in the dirt low for ball 1. Sweeney looks in, 1-0 pitch. Fooch stands at third. In there for strike 1. Even count of 1-1, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. And Spohr to Coffey, but that's going to get by into left field. And this game is now tied at 2. And Spohr will have an RBI single here. And top of the order now with Dominic Calaccio. Stepping to the plate with a runner on first and only 1 out.
Now batting from Long Beach State, third baseman number 11, Dominic Calaccio.
And that's unfortunate, as Fooch, who just scored, only got on due to a mishandle of the ball by the shortstop, as that should have been a ground out. And then an errant throw by the catcher to put Fooch at third. And now Sweeney will have to work this game now tied at 2 and a runner on first with only 1 out. That one misses outside for ball 1. Sweeney looks over at Spohr, standing at first, taking his lead. 1-0 pitch to Calaccio. Down for ball 2. Two-0 pitch coming from Sweeney now. Calaccio at the plate from Long Beach State University. And the pitch, Spohr's going, and that's a foul ball by Calaccio. So Spohr make his way back to first base. And after tying things up, we see how critical that opportunity was in the top half of the 5th, as the Chinooks had a runner on first and second with only 2 outs, or with 2 outs, I should say, and could not capitalize on 2 tries. 2-1 pitch from Sweeney. Spohr's going. Rojas up. Throw down to Mitchie. That ball bounces, and the tag is applied, and out is the call. At second. As Rojas was not able to get that throw there with no bounces, but the bounce worked perfectly. And went right into Mitchie's glove.
The bounce almost perfectly lined up the tag, too, which Mitchie was able to take advantage of.
And Sweeney, the 3-1 pitch. And Kalashi was going to foul that off, but it should be able to make a play by Coffey. Coffey makes the catch. And that's 3 down, but not before the Bucs tie it on 2 hits. They plate 1 run, and we're through 5. This game tied at 2. We head to the top of the 6th. Your Chinooks are coming to the plate. And as we come back from the top of the 6th, Justin Gomez at the plate for your Chinooks. Tie ball game at 2-2. New pitcher on now for the Bucs, Jared Morton. Has only thrown in 1 game for the Bucs, and that was against your very own Chinooks. As the Chinooks beat the Bucs 4-3 in that game, Morton pitched 5 innings and allowed 5 hits and 2 earned runs. Struck out 3 as he misses low for ball 1 to Gomez at the plate. Aaron Shackelford, who had the 2-run bomb to give the Celtics the lead. Not the Celtics, I'm sorry. The Chinooks, the lead, stands on deck. That one's down low again, a 2-0 count. Facing Gomez. Morton looks in, 2-0 pitch. And a swing and miss by Gomez puts this count 2-1 now. Two-one pitch. And Gomez out to right field. But Hensley takes a few steps back and puts that away. For out number 1, Aaron Shackelford now comes to the plate. Last hit in the 4th inning where he had a 2-run homer. Give the Chinooks the 2-1 lead, but now this game is tied. So we would love nothing else than for Shackelford to hit another homer to give the Chinooks once again the lead. Brandon Mitchie that is, stands on deck. Playing second base tonight for your Chinooks. Morton looks in, the fish back, at the catcher, and Shackelford at the plate. And they have a strike 1. Morton, the 0-1 pitch. And Shackelford gonna hit that out to left field. That has a chance to drop, but Todd Lott dives and makes the catch out there in left field. As Todd Lott showing off his impressive display of athleticism out there in left field. And now the Chinooks have 2 outs. Nobody on for Brandon Mitchie at the plate. 2-2 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Jared Morton from UC Riverside at the plate. He stands at 5'10", 190 from La Mesa, California. Might be saying that wrong, but still from California, the best state in the country, in my biased opinion.
Best state in the country, I think it's hands down Alaska.
That's true.
Or Ohio.
I should say that.
I mean,
I don't know about Ohio. I think you're biased in that sense as well. I mean, I think we can all agree Alaska's up there with the most proud state, along with Texas.
I think Texans are just their own breed.
Well, I was saying the same thing about Alaskans. As Morton misses down low to Mitchie for a 2-0 count.
There is actually probably one of the biggest state rivalries is between Alaska and Texas.
Well, I would say so as well. For the most proud of their state as Mitchie fouls that one off. I had that conversation started in my van on the way back home, and it was actually Levi Gilcrease was saying, I would have to say, apart from Texas, the Alaskans have the most proud of their state. I mean, they have Alaskan pizza, they have Alaskan cars, they have Alaskan churches, and everything has Alaska in its name as Morton misses outside to put Mitchie in a 3-1 count. They have an Alaska Baseball League. We don't get that out there in California. Well, actually, never mind, we do in California. But maybe not Texas. 3-1 pitch from Morton, and Mitchie's going to send that out to center. But Cole Clutch out there is going to catch that and put that away. And that's going to do it for the Chinooks in the top half of the 6th. When we come back to the bottom half of this inning, your Bucs, not your Bucs, the Bucs, take their hacks as we're tied at 2 through 5.5. Todd Lott now at the plate in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 ball game here. Todd Lott made an impressive display of athleticism out there to make a diving catch to put 2 outs in the top of the 6th for the Bucs. He now steps in against Daniel Sweeney, swinging a foul ball for strike 1. Sweeney, only 2 runs here through 5 innings pitched, has given up 4 hits. But he has been in pretty good control out there on the mound. The 0-1 pitch. And that's a hit to Coffey at third. Coffey over to Mixon, and that's 1 away as Todd Lott grounds out to the third baseman, Luke Coffey. Pete Derkay stepping to the plate with 1 out now in this tie ball game of 2-2. And there's nothing more than Chris Beck, the pitching coach, would love than to see Daniel Sweeney finish this inning and probably go 1 more. As Ryan, the Chinook bullpen has been depleted a lot in these last few games.
Yeah, definitely. The starter's job is just to eat up as many innings as possible and make the job of the bullpen just all that easier.
Has that missed inside for ball 1, and really, the Chinook bullpen's down 1 is Jamison Mobbs, who you saw against Matthew a few nights ago as Sweeney misses down low for ball 2. He actually is going to be out for the year. Well, I shouldn't say out for the year, but he will no longer be pitching for the Chinooks as he has a shoulder injury. 2-0 pitch, and they have a strike one. So we'll be sad to see him go. He leaves Sunday. That's Jameson Mobbs, and we'll be wishing and praying wishing him good luck in his return, and we'll be praying for him as he tries to return back from a shoulder injury. He'll be going back to Goose Creek, South Carolina to get an MRI there as Sweeney puts that in there for strike two. But I say that all to even further the fact that this Chinook bullpen is now down one arm, and their guys, I mean, most of the Chinook pitchers are only going 5 or 6 innings. I mean, Noah Jones last night was 7, went the longest, and then you had Scott Smith pitching 3. And that's a hit to Mixon at first. Mixon going to step on the plate, 2 outs now. And so if Sweeney can have a few more at-bats like that, he should be good to go for at least one more inning after this. As it seems to be no action in the bullpen down on the Chinook side of things. Jake Veith now up to the plate with 2 outs, nobody on for the Bucs. 2-2 ball game here. As this game has been going at a great steady pace, moving along quickly. Sweeney, the 2-out pitch. In there for ball 1. I was about to say strike 1.
It definitely looked awful close from up here, but I guess that's why we're up here and not down there.
Very true, very true. Although there's sometimes I think I call a better game. 1-0 pitch from Sweeney. And Veith hits to Mitchie at second. Mitchie grounds that slowly and over to Mixon at first, and that's going to do it. The Bucs go down 1, 2, 3, and we're through 6 innings. This game is tied at 2, and we come back. Your Chinooks are at the plate once again. Luke Coffey now up for the Chinooks in the top half of the 7th. Morton back out there again for the Bucs as he misses down low for ball 1. Hayden Mixon stands on deck as Luke Coffey at the plate faces a 1-0 count coming up. Coffey drills that one foul down the third base line. 1-1 count now for the Westmont third baseman. That's up high for ball 2. And the 2-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Good pitch frame in there by Mason Fishback, the catcher. Morton looks in, 2-2 pitch to Coffey. And Coffey makes some contact. Foul to stay alive here. That one just misses for ball 3. Going to load this count full here. The 3-2 to the Chinook third baseman, Luke Coffey.
Coffey with an opportunity to try and get things going again for the Chinooks, just for trying to break the tie here and retake the lead.
And Coffey sends it out to left field, and that ball's going to drop. And Ryan, that's the way to get things started, as in the top half of the 7th, the Chinooks have a leadoff single. And let's see here how aggressive John Groth is. The bottom of the order, struggling to put some hits together, but these guys are college baseball players for a reason. All of them are easily able to do their job. Coffey at first, Mixon at the plate, nobody out, top of the 7th. Mixon had a bunt down, but that one's low for ball 1. And we've seen a lot of times, especially in these late game scenarios, John Groth not afraid to put the bunt sign down and get a runner in scoring position with only 1 away, as that would be what would be happening here. You would assume, unless Mixon could lay out an infield single. And the throw over to first of Coffey. Coffey slides in safely. The 1-0 pitch. Mixon lays down the bunt and not able to get contact on that in fair territory as he fouls that one off. 1-1 pitch. One pitch coming up to Mixon again. Coffey at first, and Mixon again lays down the bunt, but takes that one outside for ball 2. Dominic Calaccio, the third baseman there for the Bucs, playing rather inside here, but you can't blame him.
Playing very close, trying to get that opportunity if Hayden does try to put down the bunt right here, get the easy double play at second.
And Mixon's going to be swinging, and that gets by Calaccio at third. And there's going to be runners at first and second. John Groth put the hit on there as Calaccio, who was playing close inside, was not able to get that. And now we have runners first and second, nobody out. And Adam Rogers at the plate, struck out twice in this game. Would not be surprised to see the bunt down here to put runners on second and third, or at least attempt to have runners on second and third and 1 out. Calaccio again inside and playing in here. Pitch for Morton. Rogers puts the bunt down, pulls it back, and that one's in there for strike 1. And now, if you're Rogers, you're hoping to get this bunt on the left side down the third base line, because if it goes down to the first base line, there's a chance Luke Coffey could be thrown out trying to get to third. The 0-1 pitch. Rogers down on the bunt, and he pops that one up. That one, a perfect bunt, and it's gonna stay fair. As Ryan, that foul line, if it was a centimeter shorter, that would have been a foul ball.
It stayed right on the line, and according to the rule book, it's a fair ball. Now the bases are loaded with Jeremy Johnson coming to the plate and nobody out.
And this has to be the chance with nobody out, bases loaded, tie game. And the top of the order on deck, Jeremy Johnson, who's been seeing the ball well of late. Well, he might have to wait a few seconds as Ken Hookup. He's going to have a pitching meeting now to talk to his right-hander. And there is a right-hander warming up for the Bucs. And we'll see if this is just a meeting or if this is a pitching change. Luke Coffey at third, Hayden Mixon at second, and Adam Rogers at first base. That makes it a bases loaded, nobody out situation. And we're going to leave Morton in here to pitch. The Bucs elect to do. Jeremy Johnson will look to put this ball at least in the outfield, because I'm sure if this ball's hit in the infield, that ball's coming home, as it would be a force out at home plate. Nobody out, bases loaded. 2-2 ball game here on the top of the 7th with Jeremy Johnson at the plate, the 9-hole hitter. And a swing to miss by Johnson. Going to put him behind 0-1. It's important for Johnson not to get too overexcited or overzealous here.
Just to be calm, stay back on that ball, and
just put it in the outfield.
Try and get a base hit here. That's all they need.
0-1 pitch.
Necessary.
As right now, we'll take anything. The 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt for ball 1. And like Ryan, you were saying, Johnson just needs to stay focused and calm as right now in a tie game at 2-2 where your pitching staff has done Daniel Sweeney, that is, has done a good job of keeping the Bucs at bay. Any lead will work. 1-1 pitch to Johnson. That one outside for ball 2. And if you're Johnson, you wait for your pitch here. As with bases loaded, nobody out, Morton has to pitch to you because he cannot afford a walk in this situation. 2-1 pitch coming to Johnson. Johnson, who in the past few games has put some balls in the gap and over people's heads out there, will get a chance here. And he hits that to the second baseman. And they're just going to elect for the double play. And Johnson not able to get there at first, but the run does score. And a productive double play. Probably not what John Groth wanted as his plan A option, but it's not a bad plan B or C. As the Chinooks take a 3-2 lead, and you still have a runner at third, and Mike Capri is the top of the order at the plate now. And Priest fouls that one behind the press box here. As the Bucs infield was playing deep, so they were definitely going double play situation no matter what. If it was hit at the middle infield, and Luke Coffey was able to score easily. 3-2 lead for the Chinooks now on the top of the 7th. And that one high for ball 1. Levi Gilcrease stands on deck. Would love to hit here if Mike Capri can find a way to get on. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs, top of the 7th. And Prees, another nub. And almost identical to the one he just hit 2 pitches ago. And that one's foul for strike 2. Morton, the 1-2 pitch. And another foul to the backstop there for Prees. And Prees is on Morton's pitches here, and he'll look to even it out and put it in the outfield. Hayden Mixon at third. Micah Prees at the plate. Jared Morton on the mound for the Bucs. 1-2 pitch. And Prees able to stay alive as he fouls that one once again to the backstop to keep this count at 1-2.
Prees is definitely on it. All he needs is one to connect with.
This will definitely be protecting the plate here and looking to put one out in the green somewhere. 1-2 pitch of Morton. Sets. Mixon at third. Prees at the plate. Morton throws. And Prees sends that in the outfield. And that ball hangs. And the diving effort, though, that's going to get by. And Prees is going to dig for second. And Prees slides in safely for an RBI double. And the Chinooks have a 4-2 lead. As that ball, when it was hit off the bat, looked like it was going to hang up in time for Cole Clutch to get to it, but it looked like Clutch took a wrong route to get to that one, and that went over his head. And Prees now stands at second, and 2 runs come across to score in the top half of the 7th. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. With still a runner in scoring position. And at this time, we're going to have a pitching change for the Bucs. We're going to take a break, but we'll be right back. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. Pitching change coming now for the Bucs. And we're back here as a new pitcher in for the Bucs, A.J. Sawyer. Teammates of the last pitcher you just saw, Jared Morton, A.J. Sawyer, UT Riverside. Pitched in 2 games so far for 3 2/3 innings pitched. Has a 4.9 ERA, struck out 2 and walked 2. As he puts that one in there for strike 1 to Levi Gilcrease, who's at the plate. 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. 2 runs have been plated here in the top half of the 7th. Mike Capri's at second after a stand-up RBI double. And Levi Gilcrease at the plate. The 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Gilcrease to put him in an 0-2 hole. Sawyer looks into Gilcrease. 0-2 pitch coming up. 2 outs. Pre's on second. Gilcrease at the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Good eye by Gilcrease there not to chase that one. One-two pitch. Up high for ball 2. 2-2 pitch coming up to the Baylor outfielder. Mike Capri's at second. A.J. Sawyer on the mound. Levi Gilcrease at the plate. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, top of the 7th, 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. The pitch. Gilcrease hits that slowly to the Camacho at third base, but Gilcrease out there as that's a close call over there at first. But Gilcrease grounds out at the third baseman, but not before the Chinooks scored 2 on 4 hits. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. Your Chinooks up 4-2. We'll be back. Bottom of the 7th here, 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. Daniel Sweeney back on the mound for your Chinooks. David Hensley, the Bucs right fielder, up as the Bucs look to make up those 2 runs they were lost in the top half of this inning. Not a good way to start, as there's a high fly ball, and that's going to be called off by Brandon Mitchie, the second baseman, as he catches that one. And a quick 1 out here. And Ryan, that's a good way for Sweeney to start this inning now, especially
Absolutely.
to keep this bullpen that big.
1 pitch and he's done. I gotta love that. Keep doing that. You'll save the bullpen a lot of trouble.
He'll probably have a complete game if he can finish that one. Cole Clutch out now, who had a little bit of trouble reading the Pre's double, as I thought for sure that was going to be caught out there in the gap, but it went over Clutch's head, and Pre's had an RBI double. And now Cole Clutch comes in with 1 out as Sweeney puts that one in for strike 1, and Sweeney feeling it now. Through 6 1/3, only has allowed 4 hits with 2 runs. And those 2 runs, really, only one of those has been all on his own, as another one of them has been from errors. Clutch over to Coffey at third. Coffey across the ground to Mixon. And 2 outs now, and on 2 pitches, or should I say 3 pitches, we have 2 outs here as Michael Fuchs steps to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th and down 4-2 to your Chinooks.
Now batting from Vanguard University. Shortstop, number
The Vanguard shortstop now. Try to get things going with 2 outs for the Bucs. Sweeney looks in. And the pitch. And that one's to Shackelford, and Shackelford has to play on a bounce. Over to Mixon, and 4 pitches, 3 outs. Ryan, it's not going to get much better than that.
Nope, it sure doesn't. 1, 2, 3, quick inning, and now the Chinooks are headed back to the dugout, and that's one thing the bullpen can honestly be very excited about.
And we add to the top of the 8th through 7. Your Chinooks hold a 4-2 lead. When we come back, your Chinooks are up to the plate. Top of the 8th now, A.J. Sawyer, who came in to finish the inning. In the top of the 7th, is back on the hill for the Bucs here, facing Justin Gomez, the DH for the Chinooks. And Sawyer gets ready to pitch here and delivers. And that misses down for ball 1. And it seems like no action going down for the Chinook bullpen. But Ryan, I see no reason why to take Sweeney out.
I mean, at this point, it just becomes a preference of how comfortable you're with him staying into the 8th. And, I mean, if he can go the distance, that's definitely going to help the Chinooks bullpen out.
Especially with
an off day tomorrow. Everybody's going to be fully rested by the time they come.
I mean, with the game on Sunday and another off day Monday, Chris Beck, your dad and pitching coach of the Chinooks, would love to get his bullpen all ready to go on all cylinders as Gomez fouls that one to the dugout. The 2-1 pitch now coming up for Sawyer. Now, I don't have the pitch count on me, but I would assume Sweeney's somewhere in the 70 range. He's had a lot of quick
probably
innings.
The 70, 60, 70, maybe very low 80s, I would assume at this point.
That one's down for a 3-1 pitch now to Gomez. But I would have to think if it's in the 70s, Sweeney's at least going to have to start the 8th, if not.
Absolutely.
Obviously you cannot, foresee the future, and hopefully Sweeney has a good inning. But if not, you can bring in the bullpen as Gomez is going to get on base for a walk now as Aaron Shackelford comes to the plate. But I would think for sure, especially with no action in the bullpen, Sweeney should at least start the 8th, if not finish it. And then we'll see what happens at the top of the night. Aaron Shackelford now with Gomez on first, a 4-2 lead for the Chinooks. Top of the 8th here, A.J. Sawyer on the mound. And Shackelford, if you missed it, unloaded on one in the top of the 4th for a 2-run bomb to give the Chinooks the lead, 2-1. That one misses inside for ball 1. Now, the Chinooks have had a few homers, but when Shackelford belted that one, that was the first no doubt about it one. At least from this angle in the booth.
Yeah, the ball was, in very few words, was crushed.
And a swing and miss by Shackelford. Going to even have to count 1-1 here. As Justin Gomez stands on first, Aaron Shackelford at the plate, and Brandon Mitchie in the on-deck circle. John Groth would love to put another run up on the board to give Sweeney and the pitching staff some insurance. Shackelford takes that one high and in for ball 2. And if Shackelford can find a way to get on here, and let's say there's runners first and second, would not be surprised to see Brandon Mitchie lay down the bunt. But right now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Shackelford now has a 2-1 count. And Shackelford fouls that to the dugout to even up the count 2-2. Even count at 2 here. Justin Gomez on first. Aaron Shackelford at the plate. A.J. Sawyer on the mound. 2-2 pitch, nobody out, top of the 8th, 4-2 lead for your Chinooks. Gomez is going, and Shackelford hits that off, and Gomez is going to have to hurry back to first. This is the pop-up. That's going to be caught out there by Cody Spohr, the second baseman, and not the outing Shackelford wanted, as that was a hit-and-run situation. And now 1 away, Brandon Mitchie at the plate with Justin Gomez standing on first. And a good idea there by John Groth, but Shackelford just could not keep that ball down on the hit-and-run situation. And let's see here what Brandon Mitchie can do at the plate, facing A.J. Sawyer for the first time. The pitch. And Mitchie ropes that out to right. And that ball is gone. As Mitchie belts that one for a 2-run homer. Ryan, I lost that one. Did you? That did not look like that was going out.
That ball, it looked a little lofty, but then after watching the right fielder just start trotting, it was crushed, and it bounced over the street and into the other Little League field across the fence.
Oh my goodness! And that was hit only a few feet to the right from where Shackelford was, but I could tell right away from Shackelford. And folks, I'll take the 2-run homer, but that looked like, if anything, it was going to be caught in deep right field as the ball was lost in the clouds. But Brandon Mitchie has a 2-run homer to increase this lead to 6-2. As Sawyer misses up high for ball 1. And now with a 6-2 lead for the Chinooks, firmly implanted in the lead here. As that ball apparently was crushed. From the sound of the bat, did not seem like a homer. But nonetheless, it got over the wall as Coffey hits that out to Cody Spohr at second and puts that away for 2 outs now in the top of the 8th. And with 2 outs now, nobody on. Hayden Mixon steps to the plate. 6-2 lead now for the Chinooks. After Brandon Mitchie unloaded on one to right field for a 2-run home run. Sawyer, the pitch to Mixon. Up high for ball 1. No pitch from Sawyer. And that's hit to Fooch at short. Fooch over to beat the first, and that's going to do it. As the Chinooks have 3 outs now, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. Brandon Mitchie, the Australian, strikes for a 2-run homer. And the Chinooks lead 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back. Bottom of the 8th now. Your Chinooks lead 6-2. Mason Fishback up to the plate now for the Bucs with a 4-run deficit after on a Brandon Mitchie 2-run homer to left field, but not deep enough. Takes a few feet back and puts that one away. And another quick out for Daniel Sweeney on the mound. As there's one out now in the bottom of the 8th. Cody Spohr, the 9-hole hitter, stepping to the plate. Some action now going on in the Chinook bullpen. And so it looks like Sweeney might be his last few batters here. But he'll look to get through the 8th inning before he hands the ball off. The pitch from Sweeney. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. And Spohr, not a confident swing as we have an even count of 1-1 now. Sweeney, the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Spohr. Makes it a 1-2 count now. Sweeney, the 1-2 pitch. And Spohr gets some wood on that. And that's going to be a ground ball, a foul ball called there. And we're going to do a 1-2 pitch once more again. One out, bottom of the 8th, 6-2 lead for your Chinooks. 1-2 pitch coming up from Daniel Sweeney. And Spohr lifts that in the left field, Prees. Takes a few steps to his left and puts that away. 2 outs now in the Bucs, bottom of the 8th. Daniel Sweeney been rolling so far through this game. Now one batter away from getting through 8. Top of the order now for the Bucs, Dominic Colaccio. The Bucs third baseman steps to the plate. Trying to start a 2-out rally here, but Sweeney on the mound will look to say no-go to that. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 6-2 lead for the Chinooks. Sweeney winds and delivers. And that one's outside, ball 1. Colaccio thought about it for a moment, but was reluctant to swing, and a good choice out there by the batter. 1-0 pitch now for the East Tennessee State right-hander. And misses outside again, ball 2. Two-0 pitch, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. And that one's out to left field, and Prees has to give chase. That ball's back and gone out there in left field. And there's a solo shot by the leadoff hitter, Dominic Colaccio. And the Bucs get one back here. And they are not done as 1 run on the board. And a 6-3 lead now for the Chinooks after that solo shot to left field. And now that Chinook bullpen probably revamping there, getting ready out there. But with a 3-run lead still, I would be surprised to see the plug being pulled on Daniel Sweeney quite yet. As now Todd Locke, who has the power, all the power in the world to do the same thing as his leadoff hitter, but Daniel Sweeney has been able to shut him down for the most part. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 1 run, thanks to a solo shot, 6-3 now. Sweeney comes inside as Lott avoids that. And now we have a Chinook running down to the bullpen probably to say, let's expedite this warm-up process. 1-0 pitch from Sweeney to Todd Lott at the plate. Outside, ball 2, and Sweeney not looking comfortable anymore on the mound.
I would say now he's probably just getting a little bit tired. I mean, he's been in for 8 innings now, and pitch count's definitely getting up there just a little bit after the last 2 batters. He's probably had to spend 5 or 6 apiece.
As he puts that one in for strike 1. And, I mean, for Sweeney, when he's pitching so well, only allowed 2 runs, it's been a while since he struggled. Even if you're tired, you know, when you have that adrenaline and you're just grooving, a lot easier to keep pitching. But once he gave that solo shot, the adrenaline was probably popped out of the balloon per se. And now he might be feeling that fatigue here as he misses outside once again to make it a 3-1 count to Todd Lott at the plate. And this Bucs lineup can certainly make up 3 runs in a heartbeat. As Sweeney will look to put Todd Lott here with a 3-1 pitch. And Lott fouls that one off, and we're going to have a load count of a full 3-2 pitch. And let's see what Adam Rojas, who's catching tonight, calls from behind the dish. Sweeney, the 3-2 pitch. And a little nub out there by Lott. That gets away from Sweeney. Mix it over to Sweeney. Sweeney puts on the tag. Out is the call. And we're through 8. Chinooks have a 6-3 lead. When we come back, the Chinooks look to add some insurance runs. 1 run on a solo shot by Dominic Calaccio. But other than that, Sweeney shuts down the Bucs. We're at the top of the 9th. Your Chinooks up 6-3. And in the top of the 9th, your Chinooks up here. 6-3 Adam Rojas to lead things off. On the top of the 9th, A.J. Sawyer still on the mound for the Bucs. And he sets and throws. And a swing and a miss by Rojas for an early strike 1. Rojas was able to get on base due to a bunt that just stayed fair, but apart from that, struggling to find his swing at the plate. And he'll look to change that here in the top of the 9th. 0-1 pitch from Sawyer. And Rojas barely puts contact on, but sends that one foul to the right field bleachers. 0-2 hole now, facing the Judson catcher. Sawyer looks in. 0-2 pitch coming up. And Rojas sends out to center field, and that ball's going to drop. And in the top of the 9th, Rojas finds his swing to give the Chinooks a leadoff hitter here in the top of the 9th for Jeremy Johnson, who steps up to the plate, and then the top of the order after him. And I know I might sound like I'm a repeat button, but I would not be surprised to see the sack bunt mound to get Rojas over to second for the top of the order.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not out of the question. Groth is going to try and put the lead as far ahead as possible in the event of.
And Johnson's going to be swinging as he takes that one for ball 1 on the outside. Let's see here is John Groth. Again, not afraid to call it at any time, any place. Rojas takes his lead off first. Johnson back in the batter's box. Sawyer on the mound with a 1-0 pitch coming up. That one's up high for ball 2. Well, Johnson might not need the bunt to get on base. 2-0 count now. As Johnson has been feeling it lately in the batter's box, will look to advance Rojas and put himself on the base paths here. 2-0 pitch coming up. That's inside, and we have a 3-0 count now to the Auburn center fielder, Jeremy Johnson. A.J. Sawyer on the mound. Adam Rojas at first. Jeremy Johnson at the plate. 3-0 pitch. Sawyer has to find the strike zone. Whoa. As that was good plate framing there by the catcher.
Just a little bit outside.
That was beautiful work by Fishback to get the umpire to call that one. as he brought that one right back on the strike. So now Johnson has a hitter's count of 3-1. Rojas at first, Jeremy Johnson at the plate. And Johnson's going to lace that into right field. That ball's going to drop. And that's in fair territory. Rojas is going to come all the way from first to get to third. And Ryan, Chinooks, looking for that insurance policy.
They are, and it's in the form of Micah Prees now with runners on the corners and nobody out. Huge opportunity for the Chinooks to keep adding on. And we're definitely looking forward to see it go.
I have to think Jeremy Johnson's stealing here. I just have to think about it because if Johnson can steal, and let's say Fishback behind the plate goes and throws, Rojas might be coming home himself. A risky play, but again, it's John Groth.
It's a very risky, exactly. It is Groth, or at least there will be a very close attempt to stealing home there from Rojas if the opportunity comes where the throw's off or high or drop or something like that.
Mike Caprice now standing in with the 1-0 count. Johnson's going. Fishback. And John Groth called bluff on Fishback. As now runners on second and third. Beautiful call by Groth. But an even better call to have Rojas. I don't think Rojas was even thinking about going there.
No, Fishback wasn't going to let him.
As now Johnson steals that base to have runners second and third with Micah Prees. And Prees sends that one to foul. Now it's a 1-2 count. The Bucs infield is now playing in as they'll look to keep Rojas there at third base. But the Chinooks will have two batters here to put the ball in the outfield to give Adam Rojas a chance to come in with a sac fly. But if Micah Prees has anything to say about it, he'll do more than just a sac fly. 1-2 pitch from Sawyer, Rojas at third, Johnson at second, Prees at the plate. And Prees fouls that one off, and Prees seems to be on whatever Sawyer's throwing now. Levi Gilcrease in the on-deck circle. One-two pitch from Sawyer. That's outside, ball two.
Now a 2-2 count for Prees. Sawyer's definitely going to have to, pitch to him. He doesn't want to walk the bases loaded with Gilcrease or Mitchie coming to the plate. Gomez.
And the 2-2 pitch, Prees sends that to Veef at first. Adam Rojas has to go back to third, and one out now with runners still at second and third. Levi Gilcrease now with Adam Rojas at third, Jeremy Johnson at second. Prime opportunity here for the Chinooks to put some insurance runs on the board. As Levi Gilcrease at worst will look to send this out to the outfield somewhere. One out, top of the ninth, 6-3 lead for the Chinooks. And Gilcrease right up the middle. And Rojas is coming, and here comes Johnson. Johnson's going to come, and the throw by Clutch. Not even going to throw it in. 2 runs are plated. And a 2 RBI single for Levi Gilcrease. And the Chinooks take that 1 run back and even more. 8-3 lead here in the top of the ninth. And we're not done yet as Justin Gomez comes to the plate. Levi Gilcrease at first. And would not be surprised to see Levi Gilcrease given the steal sign and put him in scoring position for Justin Gomez at the plate. Gilcrease takes the lead off first. And there goes Gilcrease. Fishback comes up. Gilcrease slides. And Fuchs was just able to apply the tag to get Gilcrease stealing there. The throw was a little bit off as it was a bang-bang play, but Fuchs was able to put the tag down, and Gilcrease would head back to the dugout. Gilcrease.
Perfectly honest, for that split second, I really thought he was in there, but I guess the umpire has a different opinion there.
And it looked from the jump. Gilcrease did get a good jump. Fishback was able to get it back with the throw, and now Gomez sends that ball out to left. Todd Lott is going to put this away. And we're headed to the bottom of the ninth as the Chinooks look to close the door on this one. 8-3 lead for the Chinooks as we head to the last part of the ninth inning. And as we come to the bottom of the ninth, up now. Nukes says Daniel Sweeney's night is done. Sweeney, 8 innings pitched, 3 runs on 5 hits. A good outing for him, the longest outing of any Chinook. Preston White will attend the Masters University next year. On to close things out as he puts that one in to Pete Durkay for a strike 1. Preston White, we see both in the outfield and on the mound. Once hit 95 on the mound. As Durkay fouls that one off to be in a quick 0-2 hole. Preston White drafted in the 38th round a week and a half ago by the Dodgers. But it looks like he'll be attending the Masters and foregoing his chance to play with the Dodgers. But we are sure we'll see Preston White's name called again, if not next year, the year after that, as White misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 pitch now to the Bucs DH. 1-2 pitch from White. Just tied for ball 2. Rojas held that one in there for a little bit longer to see if he'd get a strike call from the umpire. Even count at 2-2. Facing the University of Tennessee left-handed hitter, Pete Durkay at the plate. And Durkay calls timeout. 2-2 pitch coming from White now. White looks in, gets the call from Rojas. The pitch. Just off the corner there. A full count now there from White. As it looked like these last 2 pitches, Rojas from behind the plate wanted those ones, but nonetheless missed. Another timeout called by Durkay at the plate. As he steps back in to face White. 3-2 pitch. That one's inside, and Durkay is going to be a leadoff runner for the Bucs. For Jake Veith now, stepping to the plate with a runner on first, nobody out. The Bucs down by 5, but the Bucs, like everybody else in this league, have the talent to put 5 runs on the board and no problem. They just have to connect on the right pitches here. White looks over at Durkay, comes into a stretch, and throws. And Veith right to Gilcrease, but Gilcrease takes a few steps back, and a 1 out, and a 1 pitch out there. Preston White on the mound as Veith flies out to right field. David Hensley now up to bat for the Bucs with Pete Durkay staying at first and 1 away in the bottom of the ninth. 8-3 lead for your Chinooks. David Hensley in right field tonight for the Bucs. Look to keep a rally going for the Bucs here. As White misses inside for ball 1, and it seems like this umpire is closing the strike zone a bit here. 1-0 pitch coming from White. White throws back over to first, but Durkay slides back in safely. One 0 pitch coming from White now. That one's inside and high for ball 2. And White will have to find the strike zone here in this one.
I dare say the Bucs do like to sport those socks with their logo on them.
And a swing and a miss by Hensley. Well, they're nice socks, I would say.
They're definitely one of a kind.
Well, it fits the Alaskan breed of things. As White faces Hensley on a 2-1 count with Durkay at first and 1 away in the bottom of the ninth. And that's foul to the backstop. And we're going to have an even count of 2-2. Facing the San Diego State University right fielder at the plate. Durkay takes the lead off first. White peeks over at him. It looks like nothing's going on. Looks in, 2-2 pitch to Hensley at the plate. And that's tip to Coffey. And the umpire's going to call that foul. And we're going to do that 2-2 pitch once more again. Hensley digs in, 2-2 count. 1 away, bottom of the ninth. White throws back over. Durkee slides in safely. 1 out, bottom of the ninth, 8-3 lead for your Chinooks. David Hensley at the plate with the runner on first. White looks in, 2-2 pitch. Fouled off to the backstop. And we'll have another 2-2 pitch from Preston White in just a moment here. Durkee at first. Hensley at the batter's box. White on the mound. 2-2 pitch. And another foul tip, and we got a battle going on here as Hensley looks to stay alive against the 6'5" right-hander Preston White. White throws back once again over to Durkee at first as Durkee slides back in safely. And that's hit to Mitchie. 4, 6, 3 double play, and that's it. As the Chinooks put a win on the board and beat the Bucs here 8-3. An impressive all-around performance, a great pitching performance by the starter, Daniel Sweeney, as he had 8 innings pitched with only allowing 3 runs and 5 hits. That's our player of the game, the East Tennessee State right-hander, Daniel Sweeney. The Chinooks win 8-3 over these Bucs. And in the future, the Chinooks have a day off tomorrow. And then on Monday, June 25th, we are back out at Matsu at 4 p.m. We would love to see you there. That is Sunday. The Bucs are back here again to host the Miners. With this 8-3 win, the Chinooks go to 7-8, and the Bucs fall to 8-6. In other Alaska Baseball League news, the Pilots lead the Oilers 5-0. The bottom of the 6th, so it looks like the Chinooks will remain in 4th place, but that still is in playoff contention. That's going to do it for us. I am Cale Dwyer, signing off with my partner, Ryan Beck. We will see you back again in Matsu on Sunday. Ryan, any last words?
No, we'll see you all in Matsu on Sunday.
And once again, an 8-3 win for your Chinooks. Your player of the game was Daniel Sweeney. We hope you guys have a great night, a great weekend. We'll see you back in Matsu on Sunday. God bless everybody. This is the Chinooks signing off.